Hello there, beautiful people. Today we are here to transform this beautiful kurta into something even more beautifuler. Is that a word? Beautifuler? I don't know. But yes, today we're gonna make a wish catcher out of this beautiful kurta or any other old cloth that you have. Step 1 is to choose a color of wool that will suit the color of the particular piece of clothing that you have chosen. So for example, mine is blue, so I chose blue. Now wrap it around in your forearm. Forearm, palm, not forearm. What is forearm? Never mind, palm. So I took 4 finger width of my palm, so that is how I'm gonna wrap it around. So just keep wrapping around. This might take a while, so make sure that you keep watching something that you like. Now I kept watching tiny houses and Among Us videos and Saikuno and cops being cute and stuff like that. So I don't know. Watch whatever you guys like. Maybe watch Bridgerton on Netflix. It's a good show, you guys. Not for the men who like shooting and stuff. That and all might not happen. But then yes, it's a nice show. So yeah, watch whatever you like when you're doing this process because it's gonna take a while. So after you make it kind of thick as much as you want, after that you cut the string and then loop it up inside, and then on the top you make a knot so that it will come out as a bunch. Now once you've secured that knot, you take the whole thing out and then you start cutting it. Use a better scissor. Not the one that I used because I took eternity just trying to cut just one piece of thread. So use a better. Also the dogs are barking nearby, so never mind, sorry for the noise. Use a better scissor, you guys. So once you're done cutting, I'll tell you the next step. Also, this is not a tutorial. I know that it's very obvious by now. This is definitely not a tutorial. So after you cut it from the loop, one thing that you have to make sure is that everything's even. Now if you just don't care about anything like me, then you can just skip this step. But then if you're very particular about its beauty and how pretty it looks, then yeah, definitely cut out in the end and make it very even. Now I was too lazy to do it, so mine isn't really even. You can see that in the end. Now, to make your tassel look like a tassel, you have to make the head of the tassel or the dome of the tassel, and for that, you have to basically wrap the same wool like 4 to 5 times on top, making a small bubble head on top of the thing, and it will make your tassel look like a tassel. That's when the whole shape comes into form. So definitely do that and tie it up on top to make the tassel look like a tassel. Now, my people, make the same thing again and again. Repeat it a gazillion times. Now, you might not want to repeat it a gazillion times. Your hands are gonna hurt and you'll probably go numb by the end of the day. But then yes, make how many ever you want for your particular wish catcher, dream catcher, whatever thing that is. I made 5 out of the blue one. So this is me repeating the same thing to get 5 in number. And if it starts looking really ugly, then just take your regular comb and then comb it. Trust me, it'll make it look flatter and prettier. It's something that a lot of people do with wool, and yeah, it's actually a lifesaver. Now going into this, I didn't quite know how I'm gonna come to this particular structure. So it was like a learning / implementing journey for me. So I made the same pink ones also. the same kind of tassels in pink also, because my particular cloth piece that I chose had both blue and pink details on it, as you guys saw in the beginning. So yeah, after that what I kind of did is I kind of decided to stack up the pink ones inside the blue ones. Now this was a task because I didn't quite know how to tie it up. If I had a hot glue gun, which I don't, it would have been easier because I could have just stuck it on top, but fabric glue was not sticking very well onto the wool, so that was kind of a very big task for me because I didn't quite know how to put it up. But instead of that, what I did is I took my scissor and then I poked the blue wool through the pink one, and then I kind of tied it up again on top of the blue one. So it wasn't the prettiest thing in the world, but then it worked. So you can do that, or you can take a hot glue gun and just glue it to the bottom part of the blue one. Glue the pink one not glue the pink one, glue the pink one onto the bottom part of the blue one. So yeah, that'll help. Or you could just tie it up the way I did, but it is not perfect and it's not really that pretty. Now once you guys are done with the tassels, the next step is to get your particular cloth piece, be it a kurti, a sari, whatever it is. Don't use a sari, please. Yeah, but then whatever it is, to the size that is required. That means you have to cut and murder it. Now for me, this kurti is super pretty and I really did not want to do it, but I'll tell you why I did it in a while. Now you will need a very pretty cloth piece and also an embroidery hoop. These embroidery hoops are very cheap. You can get it anywhere and everywhere, any stationery store. But more than that, you can get it in sets on Amazon. Now I got it from a local market, so yeah, but I know that it's still there at Amazon. So yeah, this is very important for this particular project. Now what I did over here is I basically put the embroidery hoop, I placed it and positioned my kurti on top of it the way I want it to be, and after that I closed it. Now there are two pieces which comes with the embroidery hoop, one under the cloth and then one on top of it. So once I secured it in place, that's when I started cutting it because I wanted to be at the exact placement that I wanted it to be. So yeah, that's how I did this. Now please don't wing it, because since you're using you're probably going to use something very pretty, you don't want to ruin it. So don't wing it, so cut it with exact placements. That'll help you a lot. Now, like I said, you might be wondering why I'm chopping up such a pretty kurti with mirror work on it. Well, you guys, I will tell you the most simplest answer. It does not fit me anymore. Now, to begin with, this kurti never fit me because my mom bought it as a surprise and she left it at home, and then I was in the hostel, and once I got back from the hostel and when my mom showed me this kurti, unfortunately I was too fat enough to fit in this. But yeah, so since then I've been trying to fit back into this, but eating gets the best of me and I ended up being the fat person that I am now. Now, yeah, so it doesn't fit me anymore, and that's completely normal for clothes to not fit you. It's fine, it's not the end of the world, so it doesn't matter. But you can also upscale, so you can recycle stuff. Now this is very beautiful and I did not want to throw this work away. That's why I came up with this project. But yeah, I think it was pretty worth it. I don't regret it a bit now. So once I was done with all the cutting and the chopping, I secured the cloth to the inner circle. Now by doing this, you know that even if you remove the outer circle of the embroidery hoop, nothing's going to happen. So I just used normal fabric glue that you find at any fabric shops or stationery shops. You can just use that, or you can use hot glue stick, which is way better for any kind of project like this. Now since I did not have that, this is what I used. And also after that, I really wanted to stick these tassels onto the rim of the embroidery hoop, but again it did not happen because fabric glue wasn't strong enough to stick it to the wood that is there on the embroidery hoop. So what I did is I just used thread to tie it all around the outer outer loop, not rope, loop. Yeah, so I just used thread. I poked it again onto the head of the blue tassel. I used blue thread and then I tied it onto the outer hoop of the embroidery hoop. And yes, that is how I finally completed this project. It does not look very perfect. If I had used the hot glue stick and stuck it onto the loop, it would have been better. But then yeah, I kind of worked around it, and yeah, it was actually pretty. Now after everything, this is how it turned out to look. Now I've just hung it there for now, but it looks absolutely beautiful, you guys. If you go really close to the thing, then you will see that it's not really perfect, but still from far away it looks absolutely beautiful. I can't talk, oh my god. Yeah, so it looks absolutely beautiful from far away. Now this is not where I will be hanging it, to be very honest. I'll be hanging it somewhere else in the room. For now I've just put it there to show you guys. But yes, it looks beautiful, and I'm just really happy that I could upscale something that I was gonna throw away otherwise.
That is the end of the video. Thank you for watching.